Hi. In our previous sessions on bank reconciliation statement, we were discussing about the reasons causing difference between cash book and bank passbook balances. And we found that the reasons are mainly because of debit side and credit side entries in cash book, but not affected in passbook was observed as one of the reasons. So debits can be check deposited, but not collected and credited. Or check not sent for collection. Check not sent for collection. And in case of credit side items, check issued but not presented for payment. And the next broad classification or reason for differences will be entries in the passbook, direct debit or credit in passbook. And we looked at the method by which we have to reconcile. We looked at we took up an example question and explained as to how to preparation of bank reconciliation statement, taking cash book balance as start point. Today we will deal with we will discuss about how bank reconciliation statement is to be prepared in case of overdraft balance. Okay, the previous one was favorable balance. When we took up an example with favorable, we prepared taking cash book as start point for favorable balance. And we also looked at the fact that the procedure got to be reversed if your start point is balance as per passbook. Now we we'll discuss about preparation of bank reconciliation statement in case of OD balance as per cash book. Similarly, OD balance as per bank passbook. So, as usual, we need to have cash book with few transactions for better understanding. So I'll prepare the format of cash book with bank column. So I need some space to write the date, have to note down the particulars. I need some space for it. Then cash on the bank column. Cash on the bank column. Similarly, on the credit side, I need to record the date, particulars, cash, and the bank balance. Similarly, in case of passbook, we should have the format of passbook. So I need to mention about the date of the transaction, so I need space for it, particulars, check number, debit or withdrawal, credit or deposit, then balance. So in cash book should be date, particulars, cash and bank column. This is with regard to your debit side. Similarly, in case of credit side, date, particulars, cash and bank balance. In case of passbook also, we need to mention the headings like date, particulars, check number, debit or withdrawal, credit or deposit, then balance. So the OD, nothing but unfavorable balance, not drawable. That means we owe money to the bank, or the businessman owes money to the bank. So on the opening date, let us assume on June 1st, there is opening balance. So by balance brought down 20,000 in the bank column of the cash book. Similarly, on the same day, June 1st, there will be opening balance in debit side of the passbook, rupees 20,000, and we have a balance of, in the balance column also 20,000 will be shown as debit. That means overdraft. So any amount appearing, if opening balance appears on the credit side in the bank column of cash book, that means it is payment, it is OD, overdraft balance, unfavorable balance. Then imagine there are some, let us assume some transaction. On June 3rd, let us assume received a check from Mr. Ravi. Okay, in the bank column, amount being 3,000. On 5th, get money from Shaker. rupees 5,000. On 7th, you get money from Amar, rupees 8,000. And on 10th, get money from commission. To commission 3,000. On 15th, to Rahim, get another 7,000, let us assume. And in between you are making payment. On 4th, you are paying for purchases 3,500. On 6th, by rent, you are paying some 4,500. And on 12th, by electricity charges. Let us imagine 2,000. So how this would appear in the passbook? So if you look at it, in the debit side, total comes to around so your debit side total will be, so here it is 8, 16, 19, 26,000. Whereas here it is 23, 27, 29, 500. So you have to close the greater side as usual. That means OD, that is closing balance is also OD, because the total opening OD, and other expenses put together is 3,000, 7,000, 8,000, almost 10,000. Okay, the total is around 10,000. Plus 20,000 opening balance, this becomes 30,000. Whereas here is 7,000, 10, 18, 23, 26. That means there is a shortage of 4,000 in your receipt side. So it should be 30,000 to be transferred over here. $30,000, and the balance will be again OD. So 2 OD balance on 15. Suppose you close the books on 15, you have OD balance. So what's happening here? Because of your opening balance, and when your payments are greater, when your payments and the opening balance put together exceeds the total of your receipts, the balance should be taken as OD balance. So 4,000 is OD balance. How this would reflect in your passbook? So this would appear in passbook like this. In case of passbook, on June 3rd, you received check from Mr. Ravi. So you'll have a credit balance of rupees 3,000, because of which your OD will reduce by 3,000. So your balance will be 17,000 debit. Similarly, on 5th, again you get check from Mr. Shekhar. So because of which you will have a credit effect in your passbook. So now your balance will become 12,000 debit. So every credit decreases your OD balance from 20,000 to 12,000. OD has decreased. Now on 7th, there is one more entry in between. Between 3 and 4 there is one more entry. So first let us finish the in between transaction in between. On 4th you had, on 4th you made purchases, right? So purchases, because of which you paid, for which you paid rupees 3,500. So this will increase your OD. Now this will become 20,500. Will be your debit balance. Okay, that's right. So all debit balances will increase OD. So on 5th, you get check from Shekhar for rupees 5,000. So this will reduce your OD from 20,500 to 15,500. Still it is OD. And on and on 6th, paid rent rupees 4,500. So because of which what will happen, your OD will increase. So it will be 20,000. OD will be rupees 20,000 debit balance. So on 7th, you get check from Amar. So we are entering with the assumption that all the checks, soon after it is entered in the cash book, immediately got collected and credited. So in such case, it will have impact on the balance. So 20,000 was your OD. On 6th, because of the credit of rupees 8,000, your OD will reduce to 12,000. Then on is there any transaction on 8th? No. 10th there is a transaction. After 7th, 10th there is a transaction. Commission received. So So the commission check got collected and credited on the same day if you assume. So what will happen? It will again bring down your OD. So from 12,000 to 9,000 will be your OD. So next date on 10th is 12th. You have paid electricity charges by check. So this will be shown on the debit side of the passbook. So as you are already in OD, now OD will increase to 11,000. And on 15th, you get check from Rahim. So Rahim, you get the money deposited, assuming on the same day 7,000. Your OD will decline to 4,000 debit. Now what's happening here? On 15th, assuming that all the deposits were collected and credited on the same day, and the payment checks were also collected and presented.
So earlier we were able to find that the balances were tallying. OD balance as per passbook and OD balance as per cash book was tallying at 4,000 rupees. When the checks, whatever deposited, were collected and credited, and checks whatever issued were presented. So there was no discrepancy at all, and the balances of both passbook as well as cash book was calculated as the same. But in reality, some of the checks may be not collected, deposited. Let us assume in transaction number 7, check received from Amar shown as deposited on 7th. But let us assume this check was credited on 20th. But we are closing BRS on 15th. So this 8,000 rupees check, what we have taken as receipt here, was not credited on 7th, but it was credited on 20th. So when this entry is not there, this 8,000 is not there, your OD balance will remain the same. So the OD balance of 6th June will be the same for 7th June, which is nothing but 20,000 rupees debit balance on 7th. And with regard to commission, which was taken as receipt on 10th, and there is no discrepancy, it was collected and credited on the same day. In such case, your OD balance will decrease by 3,000 because we are getting a credit towards commission. You are taking here as a receipt and here you are giving as credit. That means your OD balance, because of this transaction, will reduce from 20,000 to 17,000. And payment of electricity charges on 12th, let us assume the check was issued towards this expenses of rupees 2,000 on 12th. But let us assume it was not presented, it was presented on 20th, let us assume. In that case, this debit effect will not be there. So your balance will continue to be the same, 17,000 debit balance. And the receipt on 15th from Rahim, rupees 7,000. was also found to have been credited on the same day. So in that case, your OD will reduce from 17,000 to 10,000 because of the credit of rupees 7,000. Your debit balance of 17,000 should be reduced by 7,000. So you will have closing balance of 10,000 only as OD balance. And on 15th, let us assume there was some debit in the passbook towards bank charges. Rupees 500. So because of which your OD on 15th, after this transaction, your OD will increase to 10,500. And let us assume on the same day, some interest on investment collected and credited by bank. So interest on investment credited in passbook 1,500, let us assume. So this will reduce your OD balance. So it should be 9,000 rupees will be your finally your OD balance, taking into account this is a direct, this is nothing but direct debit, and this interest on investment is direct credit. It is given only in passbook. It is given effect only in passbook, not in cash book. So what is our OD balance now after taking into account all these uncollected? This is nothing but uncollected check. And this is nothing but unpresented check. Unpresented. And this is direct debit and this is direct. So taking into account the effect of certain transactions, though they are debited and credited in cash book but not affected in passbook, and there are certain debit and credit affected only in passbook, we have calculated the OD balance on 15th amounting to rupees 9,000. Whereas OD as per cash book, this is OD balance as per cash book, rupees 4,000. Now this has to be reconciled. So now bank reconciliation statement. As on 15 June. So let us take up our start point is cash book. So OD balance or credit balance as per cash book. So both are same. OD balance as per cash book also the same. Credit balance as per the cash book. Normally, if it is a favorable balance, it will be debit balance of cash book. If it is credit balance, it means it is OD balance as per cash book bank column. So which is rupees 20,000. Now we have to identify the items to be added, items to be subtracted to arrive at the balance as per passbook. So what you must try to understand, those items that are found to have been debited in cash book and credited in passbook is not required to be reconciled. Only when there is some sort of debit in the cash book, but not given credit in the passbook. Similarly, credit in the cash book but not given debit in the passbook, and only debit given in the passbook and only credit in. These are all the items only to be reconciled. Other items for which the corresponding other effect is given, say for example from Shaker we received 5,000 rupees check. It was taken as on the same day it was collected and credited. There is no discrepancy, so it is not an item to be reconciled. Whereas check received from Amar on 7th for rupees 8,000, it is taken as receipt here, but it was not collected and credited, is an item to be reconciled. So when a deposit item, normally a deposit item will reduce your, say for example here from 20,000, because of 8,000 your OD has declined to 12,000. Okay, when this was not collected and credited on 7th, your OD will be greater. That means OD as per passbook is 20,000. Whereas in cash book you have taken this as a receipt. So this would have brought down your, so OD as per cash book will be less. Whereas OD as per passbook will be more. Here it is 20,000, and because of this it will show only 12,000. So OD as per cash book is less. It should not be less. To reconcile it, we have to add it. So add check issued but not collected, rupees 8,000. So we issued a check, it is a check deposited. So we deposited a check received from Amar, that was not collected. So why it was added? Why? Because the receipt effect given in the cash book will reduce OD balance comparing with the passbook balance. So in cash book it will show less OD. It should not show less OD. To reconcile it, we have to add it. That's the reason why we are adding it. Similarly, we have issued a check for rupees 2,000 towards electricity charges, but it was not presented on 12th. Instead, it was presented, but we are preparing BRS on 15th, so we have to reconcile it. So because of this payment, your OD will increase. You just see here, from 9,000 plus 2,000, it has become 11,000. OD as per passbook is greater here. So when the check issued was taken as payment in the cash book as well as a debit balance in the passbook, then there is no necessity to reconcile it. But what happened, this 2,000 check was presented not on 12th but on 20th. Okay. So when the debit is not given, when there is no debit, when you are not giving debit, it will show less OD. It will show less OD, whereas this will show greater OD. As you have taken this as payment, you will be adding with the OD balance. So this will increase OD. So cash book is our start point. Cash book should not show increased amount of OD. To reconcile it, we have to take it as less item. So in the less category, we are including a check issued but not presented, amounting to rupees 2000. Similarly, there is a debit only in the passbook for rupees 500. So this will increase OD, whereas the effect for bank charges should have been given here, but it is not given. Bank charges not taken as a payment. So this will show less OD, whereas passbook will show greater OD. See, your OD balance increases. So passbook will show greater OD, whereas cash book will show less OD. Since our start point is balance as per cash book, it should not show less OD, means it should be added. So direct debit towards bank charges. And in case of direct credit towards interest on investment, this will reduce your OD. You just see from 10,500 to 9,000, it has reduced. But this has not been taken as income here. This should have been taken as a receipt, okay, on the receipt side. But we will do it only when we get the advice from the bank. Till that time, till we get the advice from the bank, we will not give debit effect to it. So when you give debit effect of rupees 1,500, this will reduce your OD. As you are not debiting it, it shows increased OD. The OD balance increases. Supposing you received the notice before 15th itself, what you will do, you will debit it in the bank column of the cash book as 1,500 rupees, because of which OD will decline, OD balance will reduce. But we have not received that advice and not debited in the cash book, because of which cash book balance shows greater OD, and our start point is balance as per cash book. It should not show greater OD, so we have to reduce it. We have to reduce the amount of rupees 1,500, which is given as direct credit in the passbook. So it should not show higher balance. OD should not show higher balance in cash book. To reconcile it, we have to reduce it. So direct credit, interest on investment, 1,500. So only there are four items here in this example. So I'm just closing it. So this becomes 8,500. So totally it is 28,500 minus 3,500. So OD balance as per passbook. Okay, I think OD balance as per cash book, I think I have taken as a start balance. So this should have been taken as rupees What is OD balance here? 4,000. So what is the error here? 20,000 not to be taken. It is wrong. We have to take only 4,000. So this becomes 12,500. 12,500 minus 3,500 is nothing but 9,000 is the balance as per OD balance as per passbook. Are you able to understand the error that happened here? OD balance. So the balances are to be reconciled. Here you are getting a balance of rupees 4,000 as your closing balance on 15th as per cash book. As per cash book is rupees 4,000, whereas closing balance as per passbook is rupees 9,000 on 15th. Close balance on 15th as per passbook. So these are the two balances to be reconciled, but wrongly we have taken 20,000. So now it is corrected. So it should not be 20,000 should not be taken. Instead 4,000 is the amount to be reconciled. And if you add 8,500 and by subtracting 3,500, you get the closing balance of 9,000 OD balance as per passbook. Hope this will give you an idea as to how to prepare bank reconciliation statement when OD balance as per cash book is given. Whereas when your start point is OD balance as per passbook, say for example you start from 9,000. You start from 9,000. Okay, all these add will become less. So you have to subtract 8,500. So the balance will be 500. And you have to add 3,500. And your balance will become. So this is OD as per passbook, and this is OD as per cash book. So in a question, if you are asked to prepare bank reconciliation statement taking OD balance as per cash book, you have to give answer like this. This method should be adopted. If the question specifically says that to prepare BRS taking cash book balance as start point, this is the way it has to be worked out. If question says that your start point should be balance as per passbook, OD balance as per passbook, this is how you have to. Hope you are now in a position to understand the effect of uncollected and unpresented checks and the direct debit and the direct credit given in passbook and the method by which it has to be reconciled. Thank you.